Hey everyone, Alex here with Off the Cuff Reviews. I am back again to bring you guys a special new video. Today we're going to be talking about the top 5 movies that scared me the most. So let's get into it. Number 5 goes to the movie The Strangers. The Strangers is a film that really unsettled me and kind of scared me to my core. It's very slow paced, and there's a lot of times where there's just a person standing in a house that's staring at you, that's staring at the characters, and that's why it's scary, because this kind of stuff happens in real life. It's loosely based on a true story, but it's loosely based on the Manson story, and we all know what happened there. One of the most grisly crimes that have ever been committed. I recommend anyone to go check this movie out if you guys like horror movies. I think you guys would definitely enjoy it. The backstory behind the main couple is not the greatest, but I think that the scares make up for it. Number 4 goes to the most classic horror movie of all time, called The Exorcist. This one scared people to their fucking core. The Exorcist is a movie that people really are scared of still to this day. We've seen so many exorcisms and so many movies about exorcisms, and we've heard the stories. A lot of them are not believable, but this movie, regardless of whether you believe it's real or not, it still is very scary. The first time I ever watched this, I definitely was super scared until the Scary Movie franchise decided to play a joke on it, and then it kind of ruined the scariness for me a little bit, but I think it still holds up to this day, and if you haven't seen the original Exorcist, definitely go watch it. Number 3 goes to one of my favorite horror movies and films of all time. This one is called The Shining. This is a movie that was directed by Stanley Kubrick and stars Jack Nicholson. This is based on a Stephen King novel. Now, Stephen King stayed in an actual hotel where the events that he wrote about in his book took place. And then Kubrick took it and loosely based his interpretation on the novel. Stephen King originally was not very thrilled about the way that Kubrick presented his interpretation of the novel, but in my opinion, it's still one of the best horror films of all time, and it's still one of the best films of all time. Number 2 goes to Hereditary, and I think you guys know exactly what I'm talking about when I picked this one. Especially, it basically just goes to that one scene, the one scene with the pole. You all know what I'm talking about. I don't have to go any further. That shit scared me. Number 1 is gonna go to The Ring. Now, I know what you guys may be thinking. Why the hell is this the number 1 pick? This movie is just super unsettling. Gore Verbinski does such a great job with the color palette and the cinematography and making everything feel very dreary and super intense. And you have a lot of feelings throughout this movie. I think it's a movie that is very unsettling and scary, but it can also be very riveting and thrilling, and it can also be very sad at times. I think this is one of the very good adaptations of a foreign film that American cinema did right. They really did a super good job with the way that they presented this, because the original from Japan is obviously super duper scary. It pretty much shaped Japanese horror films. So when they decided to remake this in American cinema for Hollywood, a lot of people probably weren't very thrilled, and some people probably still aren't, but I am. This one is such a good remake. People don't usually do foreign films in American cinema and do them well, but Gore Verbinski did such a good job with this one. It still scares me to this day. But there you have it, guys. That is my top 5 pick for the movies that scared me the most. So let me know what you guys think down below. What is your top 5 scariest movies that you have ever seen? Let me know down below. And while you're down there, if you're new here, hit that subscribe button. It'll help out tremendously. Thank you guys for watching. I will see you on the flip side. Stay safe, everybody.